standing start.
All I had to do was go out with the speed, though. The grain, come right back.
Now, those were unbroken horses, weren't they? Who broke those in?
It was supposed to be 2 years old when we bought that Ginger.
Yeah.
But actually, she was only 18 months. And you're not supposed to even ride them until they're 2 years old.
Oh.
But we didn't have any trouble breaking them in at all.
And when
We just started riding.
she finally sold it, the guy took her to a vet and something, and she had something wrong with her ankles. He was going to sue her.
Well, he didn't say that. No, he called me up and told me about it, and I said, well, I was awful sorry, but I had a vet to look at her before I even sold her, and he said it was just that she had injured her foot. Evidently it wasn't, because he took her to a different place where they x-rayed her feet, and it was that ring ground, or whatever they call it. You can't cure it. I don't know what they ever did to her. She was a beautiful
But we
horse.
bought that one. He'd been in an accident on Telegraph Road in a trailer. Big Red, we called him. Boy, was he shy of trailers. We had to walk him over there, I think.
We had to blindfold him to get him in one.
Anyway, I guess it was Albert or Roger. When the ground was frozen, come over there and saddled him up and rode to the back. And he landed on that frozen ground. That horse threw him.
Oh, that was Big Red. That wasn't the other one.
I said,
Roger.
I said Big
Did
Red.
you?
When Roger
Anyway,
broke his foot?
He had a mustache, that horse. He was a walking horse, though. I never rode him because I was scared of him, but Albert rode him, and Roger rode him, but he threw Roger. I think he was a woman's horse, you know? They get that way. If they're okay with a woman, they want a woman on them.
I bought that Albert a Welsh pony, you know.
When he was real old, yeah.
And they didn't castrate him soon enough. You know, the meanest thing you ever seen.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have anything to do with women. He'd try to bite them or corner them.
I went in there with his grain. He'd kind of try to push me against the darn side of the manger thing.
Anyway, Albert, he'd take him over and start dumping dishes with him, you know. Well, the horse would get across, but Albert'd stay on his.
I know Pamela liked him a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Which was her favorite?
Ginger.
Ginger?
Yeah. We really bought that Ginger for her, but I ended up taking care of it.
It started out one horse, and then you had to have somebody to
You had to
ride
have two
with.
because you wanted to ride together.
Yeah.
But that pony, that Butterball, he took care of both them horses. He kept them right in line. He must have been older, you know. It goes by the peck order.
Yeah.
Well, I was a city boy, and then when you start raising a family and you want fresh milk, that's a different story entirely. Well, I'd always seen my milk in a bottle, you know, so when we come to get a cow, it had to look like the picture on the pet milk can. Purebred Jersey. But the only trouble was she only had real short whatchamacallit. You only get but a couple pictures on there. Oh, what a job milking.
He never milked before in his life.
And when we first brought her home, they're very temperamental. If you speak harshly to them, they'll sulk, you know. They won't kick back. Anyway, she wouldn't let the milk down, so I had to go over to the old man. Oh, just put a chain over her back. I think I was out there till midnight trying to get that milk out. No, she was madder than hell. I hated to take her to the market when I got. She was so old.
We kept her for years, took her out at the farm and everything from Michigan.
Very docile.
Okay.
Have you heard anything about your neighbors? There was a chicken farm on the one side,
Yeah,
right?
Lucas.
Lucas.
He died.
He died?
Yeah, quite a while ago. About 5 years ago. And she got married again.
Sat down in the chair and expired, didn't he?
No, he was pumping up a tire on his tractor, and he overdid it, exerted himself, and he came in and he flopped down on the bed, and she heard a funny noise, and she went in there, and she knew he was gone. But,
when did they start the chicken farm?
oh, geez, I don't know. They had their own chickens first, and then she was allergic to chickens of any kind. She used to have to take shots and everything for it. And then they went into they got rid of them chickens, and they started going and buying the eggs at a different place and selling them. And then he went into the garden produce business. He had a lot of garden produce, onions and tomatoes and beans and corn. And he used to go and buy more corn, too. He was making out all right. He retired.
Well, he didn't have any seniority anywhere.
She got a little pension, though, Dad.
He was a floater, that's why he had to do this.
Well, see, he had trouble. He was married twice, and he had his name in the factory on another name. Well, when he died, she couldn't get anything because, you know, there wasn't enough timing on on one name, on the other name. So she went and straightened it all out, and she finally got something.
Well,
And
she
then-
was an epileptic, you know,
Yeah.
I felt real sorry for her.
Yeah. And that's why she got early, Social Security.
Some
too.
days she'd get out of bed and she couldn't function at all.
Yeah, jerk. Yeah, jerk. Real nice lady though. She's supposed to, let me see. She said he had 5 years to go before he retired, and he was gonna come down on our place, you know, and just stay there with the trailer and then go here and go there. So it'll be next year if he comes.
But she had a real shrill voice. Every once in a while it'd go way up to high C. Boy, that'd break your eardrums. Anyway, she didn't mean nothing, but she had the habit of going around the neighborhood. And this next door neighbor to her, Skyver, he got married again after his first wife died. And I guess the second wife didn't take to her at all, so they had to tell her to stay out of it. Well, that really broke
That
her
was
heart.
terrible because she was so used to talking to him.
She didn't mean no harm.
And Jenny Winslow on the other side of us, she's still there.
She's still there?
Yeah.
Oh.
And she had a sister that came and stayed with him, and she was married to what was retard. Bill
Yeah, I
Hamill.
guess you'd call him a
Yeah,
retard.
retard. He worked for Chrysler, and then he claimed he hurt his back. They put him on one of these wrenches tightening up the nuts, and he broke all the nuts, so they had to let him go. So,
He ended up in Canada.
yeah, way up there, as far as you can go, and that poor woman up there. Anyway, when she was at the sister's house, she bought a $5 pair of shoes. She come home, she took her shopping. Come home, you could hear that man screaming, it's way up to Michigan Avenue. Oh, that $5 pair of shoes.
Something else.
Crazy.
He had something wrong with him.
Out of all your kids, who was the best and who was the worst as far as upbringing?
That's the best out
Yeah.
there.
And the worst too. Albert.
Albert was the worst.
He gave us more trouble than any. Dickie was right behind him.
Dickie left at 17.
I
How can
don't
you
care,
say
he
that?
was right behind him. He got him in the wrong crowd there for a couple
He
of
went into
months.
the army when he was 17.
How about the girls? Barbara and Kathy?
Boy, they were both bad.
They're both bad?
Barbara especially. She went down there and stole some money that I got from selling Albert's car and took off with it. $125, I guess. See, she had a key to the desk. They'd go and get her key out of the purse and go down there and help her. So your father never gave us no trouble. The other one there, he'd sneak in there and get my keys to the car and
Yeah, he took it
get
out
some
like-
money out of my pants.
Burn a rat out. After we just bought one. Not a brand new, it was a